BizMap Ptbo, Peterborough's business vlog. Each episode creates a business map to your success. We will introduce you to people and places in our city who will help you make it happen, showcasing why Ptbo is the place to live, play, and prosper. Hi, and welcome to this episode of BizMap Ptbo. In this episode, we're going to be introducing you to family-run businesses. I've had the pleasure with my digital marketing practice of working with family-run businesses over the last few years in this community. We have a wealth of knowledge in our family-run businesses. I love working with family-run businesses. I can't say enough of them. Episode. So we have special guests with us from the Kawartha Family Business Group, and they're going to be introducing us to some of their members, family-run businesses. I've been to some of their meetings, and their meetings are outstanding. They're like tiny conferences each time. Each time they introduce you to a speaker who is speaking to these family-run businesses about something like marketing, something like succession planning, something like steering committees that are aimed at family-run businesses. So it's really a unique situation running a family-run business. How do you know when you're at home? How do you know when you're at work? When do you leave work at home? When do you leave work at home? You know what I mean. When do you leave work behind? Because you're all at the same table, you want to talk about it.
Hi, my name is Jillian Skates. I'm a recent graduate from Dalhousie University. Just finished my degree in the Commerce program. It's a co-op program at Dal. I've just joined Central Smith in June. I didn't have much interest in joining my family business until I took a course at Dal called Family Business. It got me thinking that it might be a great opportunity to learn more. So I've been at Central Smith now for 6 months, and I am a project coordinator. I think one of the most unique qualities is that we don't sell retail, and that makes us different than our competitors. So we sell in wholesale. I think trust is one of the first pros that comes to my mind. We can tell it how it is when it's not a good moment. If it's a great moment, we can celebrate together. And we have the trust of each other. My mom also works in the business, and a con would be just making sure non-family member employees feel welcome and that we're all a team together. It's not just our family. We're always thinking about, a con would be we're always thinking about business. We're never not talking about business. We talk about it constantly. Number one, network. You have to realize the challenges. It might sound easy at first, but you need to make sure that you're getting advice from other family businesses.
My name's Ian Skates. My position is I'm president of Central Smith, and I have been for about 10 years now. Our family business started when my dad purchased Central Smith in 1978, and he, of course, was the CEO and president from that time until about 10 years ago. Originally, Central Smith, that started in 1896, was a farmers' co-op. It was owned by a number of farmers in Smith Township, and thus the name Central Smith. Recently, it's changed to Selwyn, so it's no longer Smith Township. The interesting part of our business is the fact that it transitioned from this farmers co-op that did everything from milk and egg grading, making cheese and butter, to a private individual in the early 50s. He decided that ice cream was probably the direction he should go in. It was probably had better margins than some of the other products, and concentrated on ice cream. When we took it over in 1978, at that time, it was a very small entity, just serviced Ptbo and the surrounding area, and our business has really grown into a national business now. We distribute our products throughout Canada, and those products are anything from 115 ml Sunday cup right up to 11.4 liter tubs, which is really kind of for food service, scooping accounts, hospitals, all that type of stuff. And then we also make, we do co-pack ice cream, which is for the retail industry, might be portion types of ice cream, but it's a pretty broad base of different formulas, different fat levels, a multitude of different flavors, about 80 or 90 flavors that we always have on the shelf. And a great deal of what we do now is very ethnic based as well. So lots of, other cultures that we're supplying across the country as the demographics change here in Canada. I'll talk about our company as 1978 till now. My dad was in the finance business. He always wanted to be in small business. He bought Central Smith because he could see the kind of potential that it had. As I had said earlier, it was a very small entity, and we started it up knowing that people love ice cream, and that again it had lots of room for growth in our local area and then other areas throughout Ontario, and then luckily across Canada. The interesting part about our business, and I think any small business, is really the community of people that maybe are involved in other types of business that we're purchasing from. They might be vendors, they might offer services, and really that community that we tap into are kind of like a sorority or a fraternity. These people all have kind of like experiences, and they have lots of great advice, and I would say that that's probably the most beneficial part of our business, is just that attachment to others within the community. But in addition to that, we also have had amazing alignments with places like Ptbo Regional Health Center that I was on the board with for with the individuals on the foundation board there. And those people were community leaders as well, and I learned a great deal because they were in business of some sort or another. And then people in YWCA and that kind of business throughout, or those kind of that kind of networking and relationships throughout the community have really helped us. Our diversity within our industry has been fairly unique. Our ability to change direction depending on what the wants and needs of our customers are. We're not so big that we can't manipulate what our product lines are in a fairly timely fashion, and we've really built our business on that model. The other strength is making sure that our customers at the height of their season always have the product available to them. So our fill rates are about 99.7%, which is pretty admirable within our industry. We typically have it all on the shelf. If you order it today, 2 days from now, you would have it at your establishment. Maybe not entirely across the country. It might take a week or so to get it there, but I would say that's one of our biggest strengths. Probably the biggest challenge most recently is due to growth. I mean, growth is very attractive. We all love to grow our businesses, but with growth come all sorts of hurdles and challenges that do everything from challenge our cash flow position to the people within our establishment, and maybe increase workloads to the point that is fairly stressful. But on the other hand, the growth forces us to look at all sorts of things that we do within our company and make sure that we're kind of on the cutting edge and taking advantage of technology. And so I think that's probably the biggest challenge, is just staying ahead of the curve and staying current. I always dreamed of working for myself, and having other family members there is kind of the best scenario that I could have ever thought of. I always thought of it as just myself, but my wife's involved now, and Jillian has joined us recently, who is my eldest daughter. you know, that would really be the pros of working alongside family, making decisions. Some of them are not always right, so we might suffer from those decisions, but if the times are good and things are going well, we benefit by that. The cons, there's not a lot of cons. I mean, there's a lot of hours. I always laugh and say that I only work half days. A day's 24 hours and I only work 12, so. But on the other hand, there's a lot of great things that challenges bring us, and or the cons are things that you kind of work through and you come out the other side, and it's amazing how much growth happens when the cons come along. So. Yeah, so the interesting thing about succession planning is that we did start a long time ago with it, and my dad unfortunately just died a few months ago. We had a plan in place where I was transitioned in, and so we probably had that plan in place for a good 10 years or so. Now we're at kind of an interesting stage again where we have to now think about the next generation and what our next plan's going to be, and that's why we're excited that Jillian is involved in it. But yeah, we try to take care of all the legal aspects of it, and also the financial aspects of planning. You know, we want to make sure that everybody's taken care of, and that you know, the tax situation is looked after properly, because it can be detrimental to any family business if you don't look after it.
I'm Bill Lockington. I'm a lawyer with a firm in Ptbo, LLF Lawyers, and I practice law primarily in the commercial law area, but predominantly with family businesses. And for a number of years, I've been an advisor to family businesses. It's interesting, at this stage of my career, a lot of the businesses that were started as family businesses many years ago, they've matured. They've become very successful, and now I find myself working with them to transition both their wealth and their management to a succeeding generation, or to assist them with the sale of the business, any number of things. So our practice is about 70% of our practice is based on owner-managed and family businesses. So it's the core of our practice, has been for a number of years, and it's been a wonderful experience for us. Quite often we're asked by families to advise them at the outset when they decide that they're going to start a family business. And in our experience, the dynamics of a family business are different than any what we might call non-family business. There are a number of issues that always arise when a family ventures out into the business world. So some of the things that we would advise them at the outset, first thing we say is be patient, be tolerant of one another, be careful in the sandbox. All of the interpersonal relationships that that people normally have in the business context are different for family businesses, because family businesses don't, quite often they go home after a business day and the business relives itself at the dinner table. It's quite different. The dynamics are different. You have family business members who are involved with the business, and then you have family members who are not involved with the business. That creates issues. One of the things that we have found is that in a lot of family businesses, substantially all of the family wealth is tied up in the family business. And to the extent that some participate, some don't, that can be a very difficult issue to deal with in terms of the family life. So there's a couple of things that I think are really key. One is that if you're in a family business, you should have a collaborative group of family, what I would call trusted advisors. And trusted advisors can be professional advisors, they can be lawyers like myself, or a family business advisor, which I, when I take my lawyer's hat off, I really am a family business advisor, because there is a consultancy in family business advising. Your accountant. These people are very key to to the success of family business, and it's necessary to really engage them. The other thing that I would recommend is that many family businesses establish what we call an advisory board, an advisory group. It's 2 or 3 people who aren't necessarily involved with or even familiar with the business that the family business might be in. But they've been successful in their own business. They bring a different perspective to it. They can be critical because they have no vested interest in the business. And they bring an outside perspective, which in family business sometimes we get too close to. Family businesses have a number of resources that they can access in terms of their business, but also their family relations. The major business schools across the country now all have specialized courses that deal with just family business. They recognize that family businesses are a unique business entity that has very different characteristics and dynamics. The family dynamic brings quite a different perspective to business operations. So all of the business schools across Canada have developed specialized courses in terms of family business. Most of the accounting firms, the major accounting firms, now have departments that deal solely with family businesses. There's a practice that has grown up among professionals in terms of the education field, in terms of the legal field, the business community, where there are consultancies, people who have become specialists, if you will, in family business. I belong to an institute, to a group called the Family Firm Institute in Boston. And I joined that about 15 years ago because I found that technically as a lawyer I was fine in terms of doing transactions and that type of work, but I really didn't understand the dynamics of family and how it interacts in family business. So this is a group of about 2,500 of us from around the world, and we take continuing education programs on an annual basis. We convene once a year for a major conference on family business, and it's a real educational forum for us. So my clients have all of those resources available to them, through me. On a local basis, we have the Kawartha Family Business Group, and this started, I think, I'm trying to think, almost 9 or 10 years ago now. And really the idea was that CAFE, which was the Canadian Association of Family Enterprise, was operating in Toronto. It had a very significant presence, and some of the Ptbo family businesses attended those meetings. But there was nothing local, and many people didn't like, one, the fee structure, but they also didn't like to travel to Toronto. So we asked CAFE would they do a subchapter here, and we tried that for a year, but it really didn't work out. So a number of us in the business community who serve and are advisors to family businesses, we started the Kawartha Family Business Group. In our area, and if I said from basically Oshawa to Belleville, north to Bancroft, and over to Halliburton, there are over 400 family businesses just in that area. And so the Kawartha Family Business Group, we meet 5 times a year. It's purely educational. And I think now we probably have, on a rotational basis, about 100 active and inactive members. So that's a big resource as well. We have other areas. The Chamber of Commerce, for example, recognizes that family businesses are a unique business entity and have programs that are developed there as well. So a number of resources. Most of these have developed over the last 15 to 20 years, recognizing that the family business is unique in terms of how it really operates. On a national scale, I don't think many people recognize that about 80% of Canadian businesses are family-owned. It's a huge statistic in terms of how many actual businesses are family-owned. And we're all familiar with the big families, the Eatons, the Bombardier family, the McCain family, all of the Rogers family. Those are the notable ones. But across the country, almost 60% of our gross national product is represented by the business initiatives of family businesses. So it's a big sector of our community. Some of the biggest changes that I've seen, education, that I would think that in the family business circles now, children who are going to succeed, their parents or founders in the family business, now have the opportunity to be educated in the dynamics of family business. They get to know what a family business is all about, and because of the development of specialized courses dealing with them, I think that the next generation of family business owners are going to be far better equipped to deal with family businesses than previously. The statistics of success in terms of family businesses being passed on to succeeding generations is not great. There's an old adage that you know, you go shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations, and meaning you start it and it grows and then it doesn't succeed past the 3rd generation. And the statistics are not great. They're less than 10% of family businesses would make it into a 3rd generation. Now, when you think of it, that's a space of about 45 years, 3 generations. So on the usual mortality rate of businesses, you know, not a lot of businesses make it to 45 years anyway. So I'm not so sure that it's that meaningful a statistic. But of all of them that are there, that's it. The other thing, I think, a very interesting thing about family business is the intergenerational differences. 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I don't think people who were involved in advising family businesses would have considered a study of intergenerational differences as being critical to how you become a trusted advisor, or what advice you would actually be giving. But now, when we advise family members, to have the knowledge of the differences between generations. What were their defining moments? And every generation, you know, in many family businesses, we're dealing with 4 generations of people. Quite often, there's the founders, or the people who started it, and then you've got the next generation, which were the boomers. We've got the Gen Xers. We're now into the millennials. We're almost into 5 different generations, and in many businesses, 4 generations are participating. Each of them have different life experiences, different defining moments that were really big things in their lives. They're all different. And unless you have an understanding of how people in each generation react, what their expectations are, what their beliefs are, what their value systems are, when you get sometimes 3 and 4 generations in a business, and all of those things start to gel, you need to have a pretty good understanding of where people are really coming from, both in their business and their family life. So that study, that education about intergenerational differences is a big thing, and now it's part of anybody that advises family business should have a good understanding, you know, of that. I think the other big thing that I've noticed being an advisor is that I need mediation and facilitation skills to be a valued advisor. So about 10 years ago, I went back to school again to become an accredited mediator. One of the things that we're asked often to do is not necessarily to mediate a difference, but to address an issue that might be causing a family business some difficulty, and to facilitate the meeting and communication, the family meeting. And that's a role that I very much enjoy. You know, I think we try to be resolution-oriented, and through facilitation and mediation, that's something we can do. But again, 25 years ago, that was a role that trusted advisors would not be playing. But today, you know, we're sounding boards, we're mediators, we're professional advisors. We wear a lot of hats.
You need to be extremely passionate about what you want to do. You're going to spend a lot of hours doing it, and you need to be in it because you love it. It's basically a 24-hour job. I would say probably the biggest advice that I could give anybody is that, realizing that you have to delegate. Probably number 2 is that you need to surround yourself with talents and people that bring skills to you that you don't have in your skill set. And probably lastly is networking with others. Really important to do that networking within the community. I think that the neat thing about where we're located, which is here in the Kawarthas, is probably, and we didn't have the foresight to know that, Central Smith located in the Kawarthas was going to have as many benefits as it does. It's a great community, wonderful people, excellent lifestyle, and it's all here in our backyard, and we feel very fortunate every day that we're here.